Going on to you, Leos. So you have the Hierophant, the Eight of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. So these three cards right here are about you, Leos, um, are not really trying. So you, Leos, are not really trying to really be in a relationship like that. I just see that a lot of you, Leos, have come to your own conclusions about what you think dating and mating is. And the Ace of Pentacles, it requires way too much money and time and effort for less value. Because at the end of the day, a lot of you Leos are looking at it like the way that you honestly should. This is why it is that I say that 50-50 relationships are the only relationships that work, because everything else is delusional. Like, unless your partner, like of course there are exceptions to it. Like, unless your partner is like seriously like injured, or you know what I mean, they can't walk, they physically can't do certain things, that's not what I'm talking about, right? Obviously there are exceptions. What I'm talking about is 50-50 relationships are the only types of relationships that work, because this ideology that one side needs to give 90% to the other side because the other side promotes themselves as being on this pedestal, but then they actually, factually, when you really look at it, they don't actually offer any value, any substance. It's like, what are we doing here? And this is why relationships don't work in the long run. So the Hierophant and the Eight of Wands now and the Ace of Pentacles represents just that. You're thinking about it long and hard. Like, why should you go so hard to try to get somebody, right, to be with you, and others and the other person may not honestly give back as much? Because like it is that I said before, the trendy stuff is to punch upward. And what I mean by that, because I'm speaking metaphorically, I mean like people are trying to overvalue themselves, right? But this is what I mean when I say that this is how it is that you're able to identify a parasite, right? A parasite, parasitic organisms always try to go for more than what it is that they can handle, but provide no substance, because it's all about the grift. It's all about getting over. That's literally what it's about. It's all about getting as much as possible and having to do in exchange as little as possible. So the thing is that the Emperor and the Seven of Pentacles the Emperor represents you, Leos, finally carrying yourselves with way more dignity and respect than you have in the past. And you're really now looking at things from a common sense perspective, like it's a fair, like things are a fair give and a take and a trade. And this is what I mean when I say that, you know, so many people on the internet be talking about why, you know, this, that, and the third, and X, Y, Z. And it's like, listen, from my perspective, everybody's going to do what it is that works for them. But from my personal perspective, 50-50 relationships is the best, because it requires both sides to consciously think about actively the value that they are bringing in, and that it leaves little room for both sides to be lazy or to come up with excuses to why they can't do something that they literally signed up for. So it holds both sides ultimately accountable. Okay? So then the Emperor represents, now that you're thinking like that, the Seven of Pentacles represents some people are going to have to start actually showing you a little bit more value before you spend so much of your own time and hard-earned money trying to cater to them so much, which is what it is that you, Leo, should have been doing for years now. Never, but this is what I mean when I say 50-50 relationships, because when you really look at it, the people who are overvaluing themselves on both sides, regardless of whatever they're into, they're really trying to come up with reasons as to why it is that they can't do stuff that adults are supposed to do. It's like, why is it that one side has to take another, or on either side, because both sides do this, but why is it that one side has to take out another side and pay for everything all the time, as if the one side hands are broke, they can't pay, they can't get up and work, they have no means of income? Like, why does one side get so bent out of shape that, yes, they are an adult and that they have to pay for their own stuff like adults do? Like, why are they getting so bent out of shape and like literally offended about this? Like, oh, so, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, why is it that you charge me for this? Because people go to work, people pay for their apartments, people go to work, people pay for things. That's called being an adult. It's nothing special. And why you and it's so stupid. And the Two of Pentacles is what's driving you upset. It's driving you crazy. It's getting you upset because you want, a lot of you Leos see the hypocrisy for what it is. That's what's frustrating to you. It's the fact that it's nothing special. It's the fact that people are literally dysfunctional and they're trying to make it seem like they are a great catch by just doing priorities that you should be doing as an adult. You should be washing unless you got a dishwasher, you should be washing the dishes. You should clean up your home. You should make sure that when you come outside, you look presentable. For yourself, forget about other people, for yourself, so that when you don't walk into a spot, people don't call the police on you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, why is it that so many people are coming up with excuses for managing their own self-care? You should take a shower. You should brush your teeth, right? You should have money to actually pay for the things that you want to buy. You should have your own apartment or a place that you stay. And if you do, you should go ahead and pay for your own stuff. You should do that type of stuff. That's something that you should be doing as an adult. It's nothing special. And the mere fact that so many people get so bent out of shape about having to do literally the basic necessities of what it means to be an adult, to take care of your own priorities is baffling. And the Three of Swords and the Hanged Man represents, and this is why a lot of people are going to have a hard time with you Leos, because the thing about it is you Leos are paying attention to, like I said, the hypocrisy. This is why patience is going to be so needed. It's because you have a lot of people who are grown-up children at large. They are adults. They are past the age of 18, and they still have this ideology that somebody needs to pay for them. Get out of here. I started learning how to pay for stuff when I was like, you know what I'm saying? I started learning how to pay for stuff when I was like 11. 9 to about 11, somewhere within that age bracket. But I know it was before 12. Yeah, probably like 11. But I learned how to pay for stuff. I've been paying for stuff ever since I was like 9 to like 11 years old. What are we talking about? Consistently. Like, why is it that grown-ups don't, like, they're tripping out about having to pay for their own stuff? And that's how sad it is, because this is why you have so many adults who don't understand that they have to contribute to society, because that has something to do with them contributing. The Ace of Swords now in the Lovers represents, this is why you have so much selfish people out here. But you Leos are definitely in the right space, because like it is, I said before, the Ace of Swords and the Lovers represents there's way more of a threshold. There's way more value that you Leos are putting onto yourself than what you are accustomed to in the past. So the Ace of Swords and the Lovers represents you have self-respect now. You have a healthy level of self-respect. So it is going to be difficult, because as you are getting to know others, you're not tripping out about whether or not you're getting with them. But what you are tripping out about is the principle of the thing, the idea that you got adults that are looking for a mother and a father with this take care of you stuff as if they're some child. And it looks stupid. It's like, I never understood that. Let's clarify the lovers. I never understood that concept. Like this ideology that you have grown adults, they're in their 20s, they're in their this. And it's like, well, what do you do? You know what I do. That's all it is that you bring? Yeah. Meanwhile, they talk so much trash about me. What do? I got stocks. I got stocks. I got cryptocurrency. I know how to clean the drain in my home. I know how to keep them clean. I know how to snake the drain out. I know how to install a washing machine. I know how to fix the toilet from internally. I know how to screw on the toilet seat. I know how to maintenance my home, data analysis, all of these type of skills that I have to build up. And I don't have any problem doing that because I'm a Virgo. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring value, i.e. be of service to others, to the table. But this ideology that, well, I'm supposed to bring it to you, but you can't for the life of you tell me, even with all of these list of skills that I'm bringing to the table, I could fight off home invaders, all types of stuff. I got all of these skills. I got all of these way of being resourceful and all of this other type of stuff in crazy situations, right? When times get rough, right? Or when times are good, I still know how to provide value. But then when I listen to somebody, right? Or when you, Leos, get to a point where maybe some of you are very valuable, you have all these values, where you could provide for other people, you could provide for yourself, and then bring that same level of skill set to another person. Then when they can't tell you what they're bringing to you, and their list of things that they can bring to you is not even a list at all, it's one word, and you got a laundry list of advantages and skills and values. It's like, are you serious? That now they're upset at the fact that you got to be the ones to just hand it over to them. And what exactly are they giving you? And they can't answer that. 4 of Wands, 2 of Wands, 7 of Swords, the Chariot. I'm great when it comes to having romantic fun, according to the partners. Anytime that anybody has ever seen it, they've always said, wow. A lot of skills. But no. Well, what are you bringing? Oh, no. That's a dub. That's a dub. So to clarify the lovers, you have the 4 of Wands, the 2 of Wands, the 7 of Swords, and the Chariot, which is about, yet again, you bringing in the 4 of Wands, they're bringing in the 2 of Wands. It's not as much as you. 7 of Swords, Chariot. It's a game. It's a parasite coming in trying to get something to. That's the definition of what they call it. They call it a parasocial relationship, i.e., parasitic relationship. When you study the behavior of what a parasite is, and a lot of you Leos are not down with it, as you should have never been. We don't have the information when we're younger. We think that relationships are like Love Don't Cost a Thing, or The Notebook, or all of these shows where love is supposed to conquer all. But you got and that technically is true, but you got a lot of people out here who are so caught up with the delusion of it, they're too far gone.